What's up, guys? It's Drew with KBD Hunts. Today, this is the story of Dad's Giant Four Pointer. This is a story I'm pretty excited to be a small part in, and it just shows that hard work pays off. We did a lot of work this summer between food plots and maintaining stands and all that kind of stuff, and I learned a lot. Couldn't do it without the help of some really neat people, and then obviously all the stuff my dad's taught me over the years. I mean, it all comes to uh, you see it come to fruition in this video. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share it to a buddy. Just hit those buttons because that helps us grow and shows that you guys actually like to watch this kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, and this is the story.
All right, here to tell the story about the massive four-pointer. Come to find out that I think he was a lot older than what we thought he was. But to go back on my past history of my hunting career, I started public land hunting whenever I was 15 years old. I public land hunted all the way until 4 years ago when I was lucky enough to get my small piece of property in southern Illinois. I never really took an opportunity or went through the efforts on public land to have a hit list or to even try to kill a trophy deer. I mean, we just went and shot deer. If it was brown, it was down. And then 4 years ago, I was lucky enough to get this piece of property, and it turns out that there's really nice deer on it. And we decided this year, with some help from my son Drew, that we were going to set cameras and we were going to try to chase these big deer. Well, the deer that we were really chasing is in the background here. We named him Sledge, and Drew shot his first bow kill and was tracking it through a thicket and found that deadhead of our #1 hit list buck. So at that point, we kind of switched gears and we had an 8-pointer, a 9-pointer, and then this massive 4-pointer. I know, when you say massive 4-pointer, it really doesn't make sense. But it's a 90+ inch 4-pointer. Not to exaggerate. Yeah, 90+ inches. So we started chasing it. Them 3 deer is what I was pretty much concentrating on. And I shot a couple does with my bow, with my crossbow. Let me correct that so people don't get all crazy. With my crossbow, I had back surgery in February. And yeah, I'm still shooting a crossbow. I want to get back to my compound as long as my back is going to let me. But yeah, we were chasing them 3 deer, and we were headed down for our first gun season. And I told Drew on Wednesday night that I was going to shoot that 4-pointer Friday afternoon. Well, with the rain, we didn't see. We didn't see hardly any deer. Then Saturday morning, I didn't see nothing. Well, I changed spots. I actually asked Drew, where do you want to go? He said he wanted to go to the stand that we call In the Hole, down by the creek. And I said, okay, I'm going to your stand. Well, I was sitting in Drew's stand. It's along a power line cut. There is a big tall grass field behind us that is National Forest, and they burn that every 3 years. So it's just a tall grass weed field. and I was sitting in Drew's stand, and I heard what I thought was a squirrel, like behind me to my right. And I turned to look, and I'm staring over there, and I find a squirrel. Well, I kept looking because I didn't think that sound was a squirrel. I seen a squirrel, but I didn't think the sound I heard was a squirrel. So I kept looking over there. And eventually I seen what I thought was a buck chasing a doe around, but there was more deer over there that I can't tell you what they were. And I watched them in that thick field for, I don't know, running back and forth. They were probably there 5 or 10 minutes, and then they just disappeared back into that grass field, and I thought they were gone. Well, after that period of time, I seen a big bodied deer come back out of that thick grass and start cutting across this finger of woods. And I'm like, man, I don't know what that is, but whatever that is a really big bodied deer. So I get up, I turn around in the stand, and I get ready just because it is a big bodied deer. And I wanted to be ready if it was something that turned out that I wanted to shoot. Well, it went behind a Russian olive, and I'm like, great, it's gonna go the other way. It's just the way our weekend was going. It wasn't, the hunt was not easy with the rain, with the conditions. So all of a sudden it pops out from behind the Russian olive bush, and all I can see is the main beam of that 4-pointer glistening in the sun. The deer had the sun in its eyes. The sun had finally came out. The deer had the sun in its eyes, come out from around that. I caught the glisten of the main beam, and I really got ready. Got my gun up, got my gun on the deer, and I thought he was going to come right down the trail that I walked in on, which I was second guessing because I knew it was a mature buck. And he turned to go towards my property. And when he turned, I knew it was now or never, because after that little bitty window that I had to shoot him, and when I say little bitty, I mean little bitty window to get a bullet through, and it was then or never, I took the shot. After I took the shot, I had oiled my gun because of the rain, and it was like I was shooting a muzzleloader. I had a cloud of smoke in front of me that was 3 foot in diameter, and I had no idea where that deer went. So Drew texted me, "Did you get him?" And I said, "I don't know. I couldn't see nothing." Drew texted me again, "Do you need help?" I said, "Not yet. I don't know. I'm giving him some time." So after about 10 minutes, with light becoming an issue, I got down. And I took a picture of my shot impact spot from the stand because it was so thick. I wanted to make sure that I could find where I shot this deer. And I get over there, and there is great blood. Right at shot impact, there was great blood. Pink, frothy, lung blood. So I text Drew again at that time. "Yes, I need help. Please hurry. We're short on light." Well, Drew is in the hole. Drew don't have phone reception, so he didn't get that text message. So I'm standing there waiting for a reply to go into that thick grass, because it went 10 feet from shot and went into that thick grass. I'm standing there waiting on Drew, and Drew didn't get my message because of no phone service. So at that time I call him and I say, "Where are you? I need help. Hurry." Somehow the phone call went through, but the text wouldn't. So he rushes down there. We start tracking. The first 20 yards was not easy. He says the blood trail wasn't bad. I wasn't impressed with it. Yeah, there was blood, but it wasn't what I thought. When I seen that impact, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But that deer ran back around that Russian olive. We get back around that Russian olive, and after we got back around that Russian olive, the blood picked up. I'm like, okay, we're back in the leaves, in the woods, which everybody knows trailing a deer in the woods is a lot better than a grass field. We track it through this little finger of woods, and it gets back into that grass field. Well, luckily on that point of that finger of woods, something had the grass all matted down. I don't know if it was wind, I don't know what did it, but something had the grass all matted down there in like a 10, 12 foot circle. That point grass was just matted down. And I'm not seeing any blood in this grass. And it was that grass that's like real, like a light yellow, almost white. So I'm like, man, blood should show up really good here. And I said that to Drew. And I'm looking and I ain't seeing no blood. And all of a sudden, Drew goes, Dad, are we blind? Somebody dumped a paint can over there. And there was a spot there that was like this, that was just covered in blood. So I walk over to that spot and I'm trying to see where it went into the grass, and I'm not seeing any blood in the tall grass again. And I'm like, man, that deer's got to be dead. And I stand up on my tiptoes and I look, and there it is. It's 5 feet away from us, dead as a hammer. And I was wound up at that point. Drew said I skipped to it. I don't remember skipping to it. I thought I was just pushing through that tall grass. Drew says I skipped to it, but whatever. So I get to it, and I don't think it's this deer. I don't. When you've seen the picture, and real person, I didn't think it was. And Drew's like, yeah, it is, Dad. Yeah, it is. It is. He knew all the little characters of it, the little twist in the beam here and this little crook here. He knew all of that from studying trail cam pictures. And I'm like, okay, well, I was hoping for this deer to measure 70 inches. It's a 4-pointer. This deer was over 90 when we measured it tonight. That was amazing. So this is the first deer that I ever put out to kill on a short list of deer, a hit list, so it'd be called. All right. I would like to thank the companies that helped me accomplish the taking of this 4-pointer. Muddy Tree Stands, Moultrie Edge 2 cell cams with solar packs, Big Time Food Plot. This year we were using the Brassica mix. Next year we're going to expand and use some other blends of their food plot seed. Huntworth gear. I was in the Silent X Saginaw suit, the coat and bibs. Remington. He was taken with a Remington 870, shooting Remington sluggers. And then I'd like to thank WCB for everything they do and putting out to the community the hunting community, trying to push it, getting the community to grow. Story of the first year of us chasing mature deer.